So you're gonna be laying on your back, and this is a 4-inch step. You can use a textbook, it can be as little as 2 inches. Just make sure that the whole surface area of both your feet can fit on it. And when you go to plant your foot, they are going to be parallel to each other, so not turned out, parallel to each other. And you're gonna make sure that both feet have 3 points of contact. Ball the big toe, ball the pinky toe, and the heel. The toes will be in contact, but they shouldn't be gripping. So if that's the case, just lift them a little bit so they don't feel like they have to push. Big toe should stay in contact as well. When you go to do your bridges, very important, I want you to feel this part of the foot where the heel starts to meet the arch. That is where I want you to be driving into the box or textbook that you use. This, but it doesn't mean the whole foot isn't pressing, it's just this is where your attention to focus is. So it's almost like you're trying to get those foot arches to kind of flatten into it as you drive through the exercise. So you're here. Make sure both feet are pointing forward, same thing. You're gonna use a squishy ball, or you can fold a pillow, put it between your knees. And make sure that your hip sockets, your knees, and your feet are in line. So whatever object you use, it shouldn't have the knees outside or wider than the feet and the hips. Everything should be pretty narrow, toes pointing forward. So once you drive your feet down, what you should feel is that hamstrings start to turn on, and watch my hips. Very, very subtle. So that is the beginning of the bridge. You're gonna tuck your tailbone a little bit off the floor. Your whole back is flat. Belly should be jelly, so you should not be crunching. Very, very relaxed. The only thing working here is the feet. So if you drive that inner arch into the box, give this ball a little squeeze, you should feel hamstrings and inner thighs turning on. And then you're gonna let that slowly peel your tailbone off the floor. And then the next vertebrae, and then the next vertebrae, and then the next vertebrae, until you can't peel any higher. And for me, that's somewhere about here. I don't want you to lift everything all at once off the floor, which would look like this, because then we're not using what we want, we're just driving with our back. So it is a peeling action. So plant your feet, squeeze the ball, and then very slowly, I want you to think you're like a banana peel peeling off the floor. Very, very slowly, so my butt pockets are getting pulled into the backs of my thighs toward the heels as I bridge up. And then I'm gonna slowly peel back down. So whatever part of me wasn't on the floor, that comes down first. Do another rep. I'm driving through the inner edges of my feet, but my whole foot is in contact. Once I'm here, right now my sports bra is where I'm not on the floor. That comes down first before anything else. So sports bra, then the middle back, then the low back, and then finally the hips.